is. There we go.
Is the microphone working now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Cool. And then when Madeline comes in, she can switch it over to the gameplay cam.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just checking to make sure all the mics works on all the different
Yeah, that's fine.
before I head out of here. PC solo. Just in case Madeline decides to switch it to something different. Okay. Cool. Alright, you good to go, man?
Cool.
Have fun.
Nice.
Ooh.
Anyway, I don't know who's here yet, or who isn't here yet. I just saw a message in the Discord, but yeah, we're waiting for Madeline to make an appearance, because she said she was coming by. In the meanwhile, I figure I'm gonna probably crochet some stuff and sit here and talk while we're waiting. We put a poll on. I don't know if anyone's here yet, but we put a poll up in our chat, which I always love because we have this like chat. We're working on getting Discord at some point, like an official channel. I forget how to make channels though, so we kind of just have like a group chat. And I always put my group stuff in the group chat, and then we'll get like there's like 7 or 8 people in the group chat, and I think like one person responds at any given time, and it's usually the same person. So I put a poll and being like, hey, what game do you want to play today? Because we missed Tuesday, just because I have had a splitting headache all week, and I don't know if it's allergies or what, but it's a rough time. So we've had that. I've had a lot of assignments coming in, lots of big projects we're working on. Don't realize I'm almost getting to the end of my classes right now. Got like another 2 weeks. It's fun. And fun stuff like that. So we're just kind of, it's been a bit of a stressful week. So we didn't do Tuesday. I knew we had to do Thursday. So I put some ideas in the chat. And, a couple of things, like, we keep working games. We already worked on Madeline's working on RPG Gulf Legends. I've been working on my Magic Class of Heroes, because I can talk pretty easily while we're doing that one. We want to start Ghost Trick at some point. That's by the people who made Ace Attorney. Really want to play that game at some point. Or, like, there's always the ones that we say we're going to get started on, like, Genshin Impact, Star Rail, stuff like that. And Madeline just comes to me and she's like, we should play Detroit Become Human tonight. I'm like, no, we've been waiting for that game. Because I have so much to say about it. This is a game that's kind of like Resident Evil 8, where it has so much allusion to literature I've read that I just want to kind of go on about how much this is like other things. Like, I've seen some people play like Detroit and relate it to movies, but I'm like, there's one of the main characters' stories is literally so much of like a piece, like essentially like the most classic book on androids. Like, there's a lot of dystopian fiction out there. I had to take a class on dystopian fiction, which, again, I thought was going to be better than it was. It was very depressing, to be honest, because it just kind of made you, like, be like, okay, humans are either going to die from robots, some killer disease, or robots and some killer disease. Or we're going to nuke each other, There's just... At the end of every one of those books, it was ultimately like, okay, dystopia state, and we're all gonna die in the end, and humans are horrible. So there was one or two that had like a moment of like, oh, hey, maybe there is something good for humanity, but man, most of those books were just very, very, very depressing. It was a long semester. I had some rough things with that professor too, but either way, there's to name the title again. I don't know if we have anyone here yet. I feel like I'm talking to the void. I feel like I should leave my, like, more, like, closed thoughts for that. I'm just gonna sit here and crochet for a little bit. So I'm working on a Mothman for a friend. So, got my yarn here. Working on my patterns. I got this nice book, patterns I'm working on right now. I'm kind of just jumping around with different, like, projects right now to try and build my skills with kaiju. I like how they say kaiju because they can't say Godzilla. It's kaiju, but it's a Godzilla. Lots of interesting stuff in here. So I'm gonna just do a little crocheting while we're waiting for anyone to show up. Cause like I was saying, I also want to make the Slender Man at some point. He looks super cute. Definitely want to make that at some point. He looks adorable. I got zombies in here. I got worms, jackalope, Mothman. Here we go. Pretty sure I was working on the feet. Which, to be fair, are only slightly different than the arms, so... Just a mason. Magic ring, 6. So, essentially, yeah, we're waiting for some people to show up. We're waiting for Malin to show up. We're waiting for... Oh, look, there's Malin right now. Anyway. So we're doing
Sorry, I was dropping a big old dump. But while I'm gone, I'm gonna go eat some spaghetti really fast.
It's okay, no one's here yet.
It's okay. Put a cinnamon roll in, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get spaghetti, and then I'll be back.
I'm just sitting here crocheting at the moment, so.
You're being a good girl, Evie. I'll be right back.
So, yeah, so essentially, I've been working on, like, crocheting stuff. Because I, like, the first 2 days, I kind of, like, the way I've been doing with class schedules is, like, I usually have assignments due on Thursdays and Sundays. So I'll, like, crochet on Monday, because usually I'm so burnt out from Sunday that I need something else to do. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. And then I'll sometimes do it Tuesday. Tuesday I'll usually try and get back into the classes again. Wednesday is usually when I try to finish my classes. And, you know, Thursday is when things are due. And then Friday I usually have a moment to rest, so I'll go back to crocheting things again. And, you know, it's just, I feel like I have so many hobbies and no time to do any of them. So we're working on Mothman foot right now. I got black yarn, so you're going to not be able to see it very well in my thing. I just started working with the chenille yarn. It's very soft. Like, I've been using entirely, like, Brunette Blanket, which is this thick yarn. I really like it. It's plush. It works up fast. I love the feel of it. And also, the biggest thing I'm realizing now that I haven't realized before is that when I have to do, like, these little magic circle things, when I have to close it into a loop, is that, the other one I just started, because I just started, oh, there you are! I was wondering where you guys went. I'm just doing crochet while we're waiting for Madeline. So, but I was also starting to talk about my literature stuff. I'm like, why am I bothering to talk about my literature stuff? There's no one here. Then I'm really sad, because I'm a single person on the internet talking to no one about dystopian literature. And if that doesn't say something about my life and where it's going, then I don't know what does. So, let's see. What do I need to do next? Increase 6 times around. That's what I thought. So, yeah. I was waiting for literally anyone to show up. But we're still waiting for Malin. She was in the bathroom for a while, so she's now going to get her spaghetti so she can eat something. But, as I was saying before, long rambling aside, we put a poll. As usual, only one person responded. We have a group of like 8, and we only ever get one response. So, since only one person responded, that person automatically won the poll. And her vote of the game options we have was for us to play Detroit Become Human. She responded in about 0.2 seconds from when I finished putting the poll out, so clearly some strong feelings there. So we're playing that tonight, because that was what was voted on. If anyone didn't want that, you should have voted. I gave you like 30 minutes. No one else said anything. We did get a GIF. So we're going to be playing that. And anyway, so I'm really fascinated in this game. 3. Did I do 3 or 4? Anyway. So, because it has a lot of relations to, some dystopian literature I've read before. Which, you know, as I was kind of saying to the Dead Air earlier, dystopian literature, I did a class on that. Richie was it's called Dystopia and Utopias. There's no such thing as a utopian book. And if it is, it's a dystopian book that's trying to sell you something. You know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cool. I was just guessing on that one. So, yeah, so anything, dystopian literature, really, really bummer of a class, just because you're reading depressing stuff, which essentially just tells you, oh, humanity's selfish and horrible, and we're either all going to die from robots, some mysterious plague, or we're going to nuke each other, or all 3. Anyway, fun times, loved writing papers on it. You just it was good for learning how to write essays, because you kind of had to distance yourself emotionally from everything, which is hard for me, because I like really talking about things passionately. Let's see, 12, 3, 4, 5, 3 rounds. Okay. So, you know, and I like doing that. So, but one of the books, and so here's the thing. We're playing Detroit Become Human. It's a game that I, like, watched before. So we're not exactly going in blind. But in a way we are, because we've only seen the best ending, so to speak. So it means that, like, we could hit a lot of other things. But, we'll see what happens. And also, it will depend on my button timing. I just, quick time events I'm generally pretty good with, because I have not horrible reflexes, but we'll see how that goes. And so, we're, gonna play that. But the biggest thing that kind of gets me, how many endings this game have? I think, gosh, let me Google it. It was it was a high number, though. I think it's somewhere around 80. I think there's 80 different endings, and there's 3 main character stories, so... Let's see. I knew it... Pretty sure it's 80. 85. Okay. I was close. 85. That's a lot. Anyway, so, yeah. There's 3 main character stories. My personal favorite will become apparent very quickly because I get... Oh, yeah. This, if you think that's wild, the game itself had, I believe, a 400-page script. Like, the narrative itself, because of all the branching choices. And the interesting, we have 3 protagonists. There was originally supposed to be 4, I believe, potentially even 5. Like, a lot of characters had to get cut from the game, because essentially with a branching narrative... it's better to keep your cast small so you can keep a control of all the variables, because otherwise you just have to keep control of this. And the biggest thing that surprised me about this game when we watched it was most choice-based games, like you have Until Dawn, you have the Telltale series, the typical ones. Most choice-based games give you the illusion of choice. But they're not actually, like, giving you a choice. Like, I remember playing Telltale Walking Dead, which was good. But, I remember playing Telltale Walking Dead, and you have a choice of saving one guy or the other girl, right? Feels like a big thing. You're saving one guy, you're saving the other girl. Turns out, either one of them will die in the next chapter. You have no control, so really the choice felt like a choice, but it did not matter. Whoever you saved is going to die. And, whoever you didn't choose was going to die. So ultimately that character's job is to die. Like, it's an illusion of choice. Or it'll be like, hey, you've been building up a relationship with this one dude the entire time. You've been helping his kids. You've been, nice to his wife. But if you don't say the exact right dialect choice, he'll turn his back on you. And he won't help you. And I'm like, well, that doesn't feel like a choice then. That feels like, I never had choice. This game, watching it, and actually, it's funny. We always get to play. This one became one of those games that, like, I was minorly interested in just from, like, on a teaser basis, and then, like, from hearing someone do, like, a story explained video. And then I watched it, and I'm like, cool. Guess I get to have that as a special interest now, because my brain's so full of facts about this game now. It's wonderful living in my brain. You never know what's going to hit it just right, to the point where it's going to be like, oh, would be great if you just watched every behind the scenes video, if you went and, like, learned about the voice actors and the development process and the motion capture sequences, and I got a knot in my yarn. That's annoying. There we go. And, it's great living in my brain sometimes, because sometimes it's like you really don't feel like you have a choice. Like, it was hard for me to work on assignments this week because my brain wanted to focus on crocheting stuff. And I couldn't because I was supposed to be working on stuff. So it's like, I had to remove myself from any visuals of yarn, which is hard because it's all around the house at this point. And because otherwise I just felt like a pain in my chest, literally, from not being able to do the thing that my brain wanted to focus on. It's been a weird week. So, back to Detroit Become Human. So this game, when we watched it, I was actually surprised the amount in one of those tangle resistant yarn bowls. Yeah. I have not found I've done a lot of, everyone's like, wow, you're picking up crocheting real fast, you're doing it really well. Let's see, there's 2, I think I have one more row. So, that you're picking up crocheting really well, and stuff like that, but I'm like, yeah, I'm also kind of doing it in a kind of haphazard fashion. I don't have very good tools. I kind of just bought a ton of yarn. I just started working with a different yarn brand, which is super soft. But it's also very delicate, so I snapped it a few times just trying to start with the basic ring that I need to do in order to start my shapes. Like this one, it's got a lot of pull on it. I can yank it, and I have to really pull on it in order to get some like damage on it. And it doesn't shed. It's a pretty durable yarn. That's why I like it. And I'm starting using this other one for a gift for Madeline. You can't tell her that. But I'm working on another project that uses a different yarn, and that one I feel like I have to do like surgery with. It's like I feel like I have to be so delicate with it. I can't go very fast, and that's just a different experience. It's not bad because it feels so good on my hands. Like it's so soft. But it's just like I feel like I have to work with like rice paper here. So anyway, back to the knots aren't usually too bad. It usually just happens that I pull the yarn too quickly. Can you go grab the controller from next to my bed?
Yes.
I was charging it.
Yeah.
And so so just in this like last minute or two, I got a little arm. And that's done. Doesn't take very long to get these tiny things. The bodies honestly are the ones that are more fun because those at least keep me busy for a while. Arms and stuff, they don't last very long, so I do them and then I'm like, well, that's done. Oh well. I've been going between like fasting off and just yanking the yarn through. It's like there's a lot of things right now. I'm working on some for you actually, so you'll see it maybe this weekend. Depends when I get it done. But yeah, you'll get to see it soon enough. Elliot was like, can I put in an order for crochet stuff? I'm like, well, yeah, family and friends can put in stuff. I mean, he's like, I'll pay you for it. I'm like, well, I mean, a tip would be nice, but I'm like, I'm doing this generally as kind of a labor of love, and it's like, I'm getting something out of it. I'm learning things as I go. Elliot asked me to do a Ratatouille rat.
For Polly?
No, for him.
Oh.
And he said he'd pay me for it. I'm like, oh, alright, cool.
Can you just put this on my desk over there? And my laptop, too. While we're streaming today, Evie is going to play tonight, and then I will, for anyone interested in her crochet, on my desk, please. I will be putting her. I'll be putting up stuff on her shop. So if you have requests for things you like to see, let me know, and I'll be like making a thing for custom orders. If you're like, I have a custom order, or if you're like,
I actually did see a pattern for how to make it into a headband, because that's what I was thinking of doing for him. Essentially, so we're working on getting like a custom order, or at least something on the shop, and then also selling anything I already have made.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I'll be working on tonight while Evie plays the game. We're really excited to play.
I was just getting into why this game incites me so much. So like, again, I keep jumping around in topics right now. Yeah, Mally's got to switch it over to the gameplay.
Sorry,
but
switching in and out. It's easier if this is the other way. I don't know why he keeps turning it.
I don't know. Well, I had to reset it up, so I maybe just didn't set it up very well. But everything was all the cords were unplugged, so I had to replug them in again. So I'm just lucky, like, oh hey, look, the things are actually on here. That's nice. Anyway. So yeah, we're playing this game today. Super excited about this one, just because
so let us know if this is a different game than what we normally play, so the volume might be a little weird. So if you're like, oh my god, I can't hear anything, that's okay. Just let us, we can change it. Just let us know. Vibe check. This.
Yeah, we gotta wait 43 seconds for updates.
Which is fine.
Anyway, so like the whole reason I'm really excited for this game, so like one of the characters, like I was saying before, one of the main characters in this game is has their storyline has so many relations to one of the books I read for dystopian literature, which is Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? That's the name of this stream. It's the name of a book. Most people actually know of this book because they made it into a movie, Blade Runner, which had Harrison Ford as the main thing. Like, I think that's what he did before he did Star Wars. I'll have to look that up. I think Blade Runner came before Star Wars.
I don't know. No, I was gonna say yes, but now that you mention, I actually don't actually. I'm not 100%
because
sure.
he wasn't really he was known, but he wasn't like known yet.
Indiana Jones and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it was before Star Wars.
Yeah, I think Indiana Jones was after Star Wars. I agree with you. This is my.
I'll have to look that up.
These are my buddies for the.
I do think that Blade Runner was his first major role.
I would agree with you. I can look that up right now. Actually, I literally am holding my phone.
I'm gonna move this slightly so I can see the screen.
Welcome to the Detroit Experience.
Yeah, let us know if it's too quiet or not.
Before we begin, let's make some adjustments to optimize your experience. These language settings were detected on your console. Are they correct?
Man, I love it when, when the game does the thing where they, like, read things on your console settings. Yeah.
Is the subtitles, opinions on subtitles? Believe it or not, such a popular movie, but I've never seen a second of it. True.
Very true. It's a big pop
I
culture
very
movie.
much agree with you. Let me go see,
Please adjust your screen settings.
Okay. I'm trying to look around the microphone. Dress value until center icon is very... It's the one in the middle? I think our brightness is about right. They said until it's barely visible, so, like, I think that's pretty
I
close.
guess so, yeah. It's like, air on the side of lighter, and it looks good on the screen.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that then.
Thank you. Now select your profile.
I agree with you saying, you like, I feel like the motion capture looks really good on this, because, like, what's this, 2015?
What folks this are-
2016? Casual, yo.
Casual or experience, what we do.
Casual.
Well, the thing is...
Thoughts, casual, or experience? I guess
Yeah.
we can also ask,
We'll go... What should we do? Casual or experience? Focus on the story with simpler controls, more forgiving challenge with fewer chances to lose a character, or immersive gameplay with advanced controls, a fair challenge where mistakes could mean losing a character. Thoughts?
Thoughtsies? I'm
Wait-
looking at
wait
Harrison
for-
Ford's discography.
We'll wait for the chat to give us a thought on that one. Also, can I just say, this is a game that was made in 2018. It looks great.
I was gonna say, the motion capture I feel like aged really well because they kind of play into how motion capture can't accurately capture a lot of things like emotion in the eyes, which is so interesting because when you look at like people and a lot of things,
Or you
this
look at
is
Call of
like-
Duty games.
I was not gonna say Call of Duty. I was gonna say what's that series called? The like Man of Medan and that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
Dark Pictures Anthology.
Dark Pictures.
They have such
Anthology.
dead eyes.
Yeah, or I watched Olivia playing the Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, and I was like, it's all
Oh,
in
that
the
one
eyes.
looks horrible.
The motion capture is so good, but the eyes are so dead. And I feel like here they did a good job on. You have to go in and like animate over the eyes. I feel like you have to go in and manually adjust the eyes because that's the one thing I feel like motion capture doesn't accurately really get right. Meredith said high risk, high reward.
Sorry, is she asking us to do experience then?
I guess
Are you saying we need to do experience then?
we might have to, restart a couple times. I don't want to kill. We have watched it play through with all good endings, so we know.
We couldn't kill Connor if we wanted to.
I know. I was like, we know what happens in the good ending. We don't necessarily know how to get
Okay,
it.
Meredith says we have to. She's gonna shame us otherwise.
Oh, man,
This
girl.
sign is displayed. Please do not turn off your console.
Let's see.
You are now ready to begin Detroit. Remember, this is not just a story. This is our future.
I think we get just
No,
thrown right
Blade
in.
Runner came after.
Okay, we gotta watch this cutscene because this is like one of my favorite moments in the beginning thing. There's so much symbolism in this cutscene. Just. He's so cool.
This is cool. He did not Indiana Jones. He did Blade Runner after the first Indiana Jones and after 2 Star Wars episodes. So he was already a big name by then.
You pick up things with the control sticks, which is a little strange, but I think I can do that.
I'm gonna eat my spaghetti while you do that. I need to. Din din.
We gotta save the fish.
Yeah.
First act of kindness.
Which is interesting that that's a software instability.
Well, that's the point. Is that you're saving a creature.
All right, ma'am. You need
Can you hear our TV ringing?
That's why I put the subtitles on.
Why aren't you sending a real person?
Funny thing, that lady right there. I just saw this a factoid. That lady right there is in every one of Quantic Dream's games somewhere.
That's actually really funny.
She plays more major role in the other games, but like in this game, she just does that. She just does the shouting thing in the beginning, but she's in every one of Quantic Dream's games, which I think was funny. Okay, I'm pretty sure I
I
have
at
to
least
talk to
know
him.
kind of how to
Like this is you have to go fast.
My name is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife.
Connor!
It's firing at everything that moves. It already shot down 2 of my men. We could easily get it, but they're on the edge of the balcony. If it falls, she falls.
Do you know if it's been behaving strangely before this?
I haven't got a clue. Does it matter?
I need information to determine the best approach. Do you know its name?
Listen. Saving that kid is all that matters. So either you deal with this fucking android now, or I'll take care of it.
Well, you should have already taken care of it.
Yes. So another interesting thing, I watched this guy. So we gotta go collect evidence now, which we're gonna do.
Yeah, we're under a timer.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is that I like about this is that they don't actually, they don't give you a timer. They just give you the understanding that you have.
Yeah, I was
a
like,
limited
let's
amount of
not
time.
pull a Jacksepticeye. Let's save a lot of the talking for after this case.
Yeah, well, it's weird you have to use both the sticks in order to go around. Okay, reconstruct. I do think this is something that's really cool that they have, where you can like literally like mind balance the crime scene. That's so cool. Also, we got Connor's theme playing in the background here, which I really like. I like Cars theme better, but his theme is also very cool. It's just very mechanical, and they slowly changes as you get throughout the game.
What is that? Oh, this thing working.
That's cool.
Hi, Daniel.
It's playing through my controller. I don't know if they want to hear that. This is playing. The audio is playing through my controller. PS5 controllers. So interesting.
That's not what I said. Hi,
Okay,
Daniel.
so we got that. No, we need to get that. Was there anything? It's weird, kind of flicking. How they have like different flicking of the like stick. Okay, so she didn't hear the gunshots. If you love the life you live, you will live a life of love. I'm just remembering some of these weird little details, like this cute girl's room. Then you have wanton destruction out here, which is great. You know, gunshots, dead body. Let's go look at the dead body.
Yeah, it's like, I think you need to examine... So we have to go somewhere... Well, we have his name. What's the other thing we need to get?
We need to find the iPad this guy dropped. Which means I need to examine the body and figure out how he died.
Because, like, I feel like there's, like, 2 important things.
Yeah, we need to figure that out, and we need to figure... There's something else there. Where's the other one? There it is.
Computer really quick.
Okay. So he held something, he was shot, that thing went flying, and it's over there. So now we know there's an item over there we need to look at.
Your order for an AP700 Android has been registered. CyberLife thanks you for your purchase.
It's so weird it comes out of the controller.
That is really cool, actually. I'm a big fan of that.
That's, you know, I will admit, when we first got PS5, that was one of the things that I definitely did notice right off the bat. I'm like, there's sounds coming from the controller. That's so cool. Okay, so he just shot that guy, so we're gonna keep looking around. But that's our first, that's essentially our first subtle indicator that we have limited time. There are certain events that happen at a certain, like, time, so, like, as they happen, that tells you how much time you have left. Which is, like, cool. Like, sometimes they'll give you a straight-up timer, but I like how they, like, do, like, in-game reasons to tell you, like, hey, you're running out of time. Or, like, you might have a character with you who would be like, hey, we gotta go. Okay. Bullet wound. I think there's something else. Yeah. His hand. This is the first officer who responded. And got shot. Something here. Let's see. There's our suspect guy. Something here we need to see. Okay, so he shot the guy. The guy returned fire. There's the witness, this hostage, and there's what we need to find. Gun. We're not going to use it, but it's going to be good for, like, game trust.
Yeah, it's like we need to pick it up then, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing for, like, that,
I'm just assuming you know all the answers to this.
this is, we're going to need this for our negotiation. I have some other thoughts about this thing, too, that I'll mention in a bit.
Yeah.
So we're going to take
best thing
this,
to do is
even though, like, I like the fact that, again, the thing that I think is cool is that, like, how they they sneak the UI into this, game.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, you're playing as an android, so, like, they have, like, you know, they, essentially all the UI they can do as, like, interface, there's our scene that we have up here that we're going to deal with. So that's the thing we're walking into. Let's see. I just like touching all the things. I think that's all the details we need in here for right now, I think. Okay. We're at
Okay,
77, which I
uploading
think is pretty good.
What else do we need? We need to save the guy on the thing. I know that.
Yeah.
So don't forget that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we won't forget that.
That's
But I
important.
think we got everything. We
Do
locate...
we need to talk to anyone?
Don't... Come on.
Lick the blood. Lick the blood. Let's go.
We know his name, we know his model, we know why he took the girl. Okay, so our rating right now is close to 80. I think we got everything we needed to get. 'Cause we hit pretty much everything, so I think we're ready to go out.
Is it good to go outside before the timer?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to wait too long, because otherwise you keep shooting guys.
Oh my god, why did that scare me?
Stay back! Don't come any closer or I'll jump!
That's Alice's model right there. That's like how they reuse the models in this thing.
So is she not a real kid?
No, she is.
Hi, Daniel. My name is Connor. How do you know my name? I know a lot of things about you.
I was like, you just got shot in the arm and just like keep going. That's not helping. Let's see.
I'm an android, just like you. I know how you're feeling. What difference does it make if you're an android? You're on their side. You can't understand how I'm feeling. Are you armed? Yes. I have a gun. Drop it. No sudden moves or I'll shoot. There. No more gun. They were going to replace you, and you became upset. That's what happened, right? I thought I was part of the family. I thought I mattered,
Come on.
but I was just their tool. Something to throw away when you're done with it. He's losing blood. If we don't get him to a hospital, he's going to die. All humans die eventually. What does it matter if this one dies now? I'm going to apply a tourniquet. Don't touch him. Touch him and I kill you. You can't kill me. I'm not alive.
Let's go! Banger line.
I love his comebacks. But we gotta save this guy.
I know you and Emma were very close. You think she betrayed you, but she's done nothing wrong. She lied to me! thought she loved me,
I mean, you can't.
but I was wrong. She's just like all the other humans.
Daniel, no!
Oh, guy in the pool.
Listen, I know it's not your fault. These emotions you're feeling are just errors in your software. No, it's not my fault. I never wanted this. I love them, you know? But I was nothing to them. Just a slave to be ordered around. I can't stand that noise anymore. Tell that helicopter to get out of here. There.
I mean,
I did what you wanted. You have to trust me, Daniel. Let the hostage go, and I promise you, everything will be fine. I want everyone to leave. And I want a car. When I'm outside the city, I'll let her go. That's impossible, Daniel. Let the girl go, and I promise you won't be hurt. I don't want to die. You're not going to die. We're just going to talk. Nothing will happen to you. You have my word. Okay. I trust you.
The girl go.
why didn't they go immediately for the head? Is my question.
Because they're... I don't know. He wins to curl. I don't know. I might not immediately kill them. I don't know.
You lied to me, Connor. You lied to me.
I mean, I don't know exactly how much damage they can take before they completely shut down, so,
I
like...
guess that much, exactly.
Exactly.
She took right there and then.
So, girl's safe. We saved the other guy. Good job.
Connor's my favorite.
I know, he walks off like such a boss.
I'm gonna be like, spoiler alert, Connor is the coolest one.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
all the androids in this game are cool.
they are. His story is the one that I said relates a lot to Blade Runner. Connor's the best, though.
Okay.
Love, he's the best.
And Marcus
Flowchart, here's where you view the patch that you take in the past to explore what possibilities you unlocked. Each node, each point, yeah. So yeah, look, you can see like all different things, like possibilities that could go depending on like what you find, what you do. Like, you know, for instance, we chose to save the fish in the beginning, so we did that, and you know, like it shows us our, you know, our soccer ability, public opinion, stuff like that. Good, we did get all the clues. Yeah, there's an option, you know, we can go outside or we can be forced outside, so we did get the forced outside thing. You saved the wounded cop, we went with a friendly approach. How do I zoom in? I'm trying to get used to using both control sticks. Most PS5 games, like, only use one control stick or the other, using both of them at the same time. Like, you have to use one to move and one to pick things up. We got close, you know. I remember, yeah, so, he got shot. Here's all the other endings. I'll tell you right now, all these other endings are Connor dying.
Well, now.
Or the girl dying with, you know, in addition. Like, there's one where she just falls off, but every other one is either you get shot, or you fall off the building, or, you know, like, every other one is Connor getting destroyed. Let's see what we got for world stats here. So we're, interesting. So, like, a lot of people chose, like, the whole, like, friendly approach to dismiss officer, but not a lot of people got to the ending of, like, you know, him being destroyed in the end. Which, you know, I feel bad for him, because, you know, he didn't want that sort of thing, but, you know, kind of got stuck there. So here we are going to go with our second protagonist here. I just like that, like,
This is a cool scene. Like,
Yeah.
this is cool.
I just like how they build the UI into the gameplay.
Top-of-the-range household assistant.
Like,
It cooks 10,000 different dishes.
Come on, Zoe, let's go.
so we're in a store.
And diets. And handles the kids' homework from elementary school up to university.
That's so crazy. When there's like people stores, that still kind of freaks me out.
Well, what's the weird thing is
I
that
love that it gives you.
but look, like there's
decision trees.
there's
Yeah, I know.
there's Android right there selling other androids. How strange is that?
It's so surreal.
So we see different models here.
It does
And the best part, they do reuse the models. Like you see the same Android models over and over.
But that makes sense because that's the point. Like,
It's really cool.
there's like so many ways they essentially cut down the amount of work they actually had to do in clever ways. Like repeating the same model in a way that makes sense for the world building.
He's talking about the different models. Oh, it's only $3,000 for a human.
There it is.
That's nuts.
It was a bit difficult getting it back in working order. It was really messed up. What'd you say happened to it again?
The car hit it. Stupid accident.
And this guy definitely doesn't look like trouble in any way.
Anyway, it's as good as new now, except that we had to reset it. Meaning we had to wipe its memory. I hope you don't mind.
That'll be fine.
Okay,
Look how sus he is.
give it a name.
My daughter did.
AX400, register your name.
Kara.
My name is Kara.
So the cool thing
is, does she or does she not look like Jennifer Lawrence? Thoughts?
I
I
think
think we
yeah.
talked about this before.
Okay, but we have the music in this game is so good. I listen to it all the time when I'm writing essays, and like this opening, this music is just so good. I love it. It doesn't feel like we're watching a movie.
Evie and I watched this. I cannot recommend it enough. Like after we do our playthrough, sit down and watch the whole game, beginning to end, in like a no commentary playthrough. It's like watching a TV show. Like the episodes of the different characters' story arcs, it flows very much like a TV show.
Not to mention like just the detail of the game that they put into the world building. This feels like a living environment. I'm trying not to talk too much because I do really love this intro song here. It's just
I love yapping.
I'll yap when we have to do chores. But one thing I will say about that I like about this game, and I'll get into this a little bit later where I talk about like, you know, androids and how they're used in like dystopian fiction. But like one thing I like about this world, and the reason I like this, because normally androids are used a lot like zombies. They're a like
I guess let's talk about it. We'll do some of our Marcus chores.
lost my job to androids. It's just beautiful how all this is shot. Now we're outside the main area of Detroit, so now we're in the slums. Woo.
And now you can tell us about it. And one thing I love that you mentioned as well is how realistic Detroit is to how it would
Alright,
be.
we're gonna jump right into our third protagonist here.
Yeah, like it would realistically, it wouldn't be, you know, everything is super modern and high tech. It's like there's still very
To
much,
give context, we're in the year 2038, right here.
so there's still very much slums and
But the
poverty.
But
and,
like Detroit was like made new again by. Okay, come on, I want.
Let me help.
Can I look at that there? I know there's an achievement for looking at all the things, so that's why I'm trying to look at all the things. Come on.
I feel like it's good. I think in everyone except for Connors, you can look at it with like a decent amount of.
Well, yeah, because he's
time.
usually chasing people
He's
or
on-
getting
I feel
attacked
like
by people.
He's on a lot of his missions are a lot of time crunches.
Well, usually because whatever he's after is usually trying to kill him. So yeah, climate change. I'm just going. We can read all these in the menu later, so I'm just kind of looking at them all. I think we already looked at that one. We can read those in the menu later, which I would love to do. So yeah, we got different people. We got workers out here. You got different people who are like, you know, kids with their like babysitting jobs are just not a thing anymore because you have kids being looked after by like.
I've been put out of a job. No.
Then got this guy over here who's with runner.
Hey, water.
Android support partner.
You have run 12 miles and are 5 miles away from your goal.
So rude.
Yeah, I have an interesting point about this, actually. Well, I mean, he's rude to this woman, too, who we know is a person, so he's probably just a rude guy.
Yeah, really.
But, so when, 2 points. One, normally when you have things with androids, they usually use them like zombies, like as an environmental threat, like Terminator or something like that. They're not really interested in looking in the idea of, like, something that mimics human life. They're just like, oh, we just need a threat that's big and mindless and we can make 1,000 of, you know, sort of thing. But what I like about this game, and Malachi kind of brought it up earlier, is that, like, this looks like a Detroit that could exist. That, like, this is a... Yes, the characters are modeled after their actors. Some do play multiple characters, but, like, the main, like, 3 protagonists only exist essentially as their characters. But the cool thing... Hidden music. $1 to hear with your soul.
It's so interesting how it's... like, racism, you know?
Well,
like, it's something that would I feel like realistically happen. It's like this happens to humans to humans.
Well, here's what an interesting thing. So, like I was saying before... Okay, I think we're done looking at that. So here's the interesting thing, I think, about this whole thing. We'll see this. There's a homeless guy over here. And so, they're dropping off a shipment of androids over here.
These are supposed to be in base 7.
Now, I'm not going to be seeing around too much, but, like, you know, you can sit and, like... So he's like a FedEx android right there, dropping off this item. But, like, you can stand in certain people and, like, people just knock you over. So, we looked around this. We're going this way, so we're going to go around the fountain. Which ones? Okay, that one shows me mine.
Do you have your product photos on your phone?
Yes.
Okay. Can I just have your phone?
Yeah. Just go to the gallery.
I'm going to send them to myself.
But, so we have, yeah. So, like I said, I like the fact that, like, they use androids, but they, like, put them in, like, almost a realistic setting. Like, Detroit's the whole thing is the reason it became run down is because they had this huge industry boom, and then that industry fell apart, and that's what left it, like, slum-like.
They're in our homes, our schools, our
It's the campus preacher from NC State!
Yeah.
You guys know the campus preacher?
They care for our old. Why do you look at me so, demon?
Oh, damn, what are you looking at, demon?
I can see through you. You are the one by whom the evil will come.
Yeah, it is the NC State preacher.
He's the campus preacher, yo.
So, yeah, we got to keep going in this direction. But, like, I like the fact that, like, so this is, like Malin says, like, the city has been revitalized because this is where, like, the first plants that made androids came. Oh, I like the fact they have, like, these different, like, you know, movie posters, like, you know, clearly mimicking some, like, movies that we already have now. But, like, I like the, you know, like, the city's been revitalized because this was the first place to have an android plant, so therefore it kind of brought the city back to life, but, like he pointed out, like, as it would normally, like, you know, it built up the city, but, like, you know, the slums still exist and stuff like that. Like, this feels like a world that naturally evolved to, like, you know...
Identification verified.
Pee-pee poo-poo. Poo-poo.
Here is your order number 847. That will be $63.99. Please confirm payment.
Payment confirmed.
Transaction complete.
Just got our stuff, so we're gonna head back home. I'm telling you, if I'm gonna get anything on, because we're gonna get to this a point where we have to go and do, like, R1 switch camera. There we go. We're gonna get to a point where we have to, like, you know, so you can see them selling different, like, models here. Like, man, the prices they're going for like, this advance of things is just impressive. Like, dang. But, like, this feels like a world that, like, you know, naturally, in, like, you know, I can't go in here, but, like, the reason it stopped for me is because I'm an android, so I can't go that direction because I'm not programmed to go that way. It feels like a world that, you know, has changed and grown with the invention of these androids. Like, it doesn't feel like it suddenly went to doomsday. It's like, no, it's like most things, it happens slowly. now we're gonna run into a
Before you
mob.
go, Tin Can? Hmm? Hey guys, check it out. We got one of those tin cans here.
He can't sew. What a creative
This
insult.
little motherfucker. You steal our jobs, but you can't even stand up.
Only a loser kicks a man while he's laying down.
Especially because of the fact that, like, androids don't feel pain, so it's like, it doesn't actually do anything besides, like, damage them, but it's like, you know, humans are cruel.
We're gonna fuck your bitch ass up. Yeah, waste it.
Do it.
Alright. It's enough. Leave it alone.
Just teach this bastard a lesson.
Damage it, I'm gonna have to find.
You can take your job next. See how you like it.
Okay. Let's go. On one.
Which is interesting they say that, because we do find out later that there actually are already, like, police, like, you know, cops, androids. We'll see later that, like, the whole thing, with Connor is that, like, he's the first detective android. But, they actually are already police androids in circulation that do, like, beat cop stuff. And we're gonna learn a little bit more about those, that sort of thing later. So we got the, up. So we're gonna go and get on the bus here. But, like, again, there's, the thing that I like that they do with this, in that Jacksepticeye mentioned something when his playthrough that I thought was very profound. I don't think he meant it that way, but, like, think about it. The androids look entirely like humans. The only way to tell them apart is kind of their behavior and, like, you know, what they're wearing. So, like, he pointed out the fact that, like, is that what made it so, like, you know, humans are already kind of mean to other humans. So if they get into the, like, habit of mistreating androids who look like humans, does that overall lower humanity's empathy for other humans? If you're so used to treating, essentially, a machine like crap, do you start treating other humans like crap because you're so used to it? Does, like, does your empathy overall lower because you're so used to this? So we missed something. At the I don't know, something at the hot dog vendor, I guess.
Oh. Okay.
I hate when I miss one thing.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel like, aww. I guess we were supposed to do something, like we were supposed to stare at the hot dog vendor longer, maybe?
Maybe until he told us to go away.
Maybe. We might miss that.
Miss hot dog vendor being mean to
miss,
us.
miss the hot dog vendor being mean to us. Okay, we're back to Car Story. I always wonder what that part of Marcus's story is there, is just to be like, oh, just letting you know, we do have 3 protagonists, but we're not going to get to him doing anything for a while.
No.
This is also why I think it's smart they start the game on Connor's story, because the other 2 stories take a little time to get going. That one's like, okay, we're in here, feet on the ground, you got a gun, you gotta go save a little girl, get moving, examine some evidence and dead bodies and stuff. Like, it gives you a better, like, preview of what you're going to be doing later in the game. Because these other stories are, like, a lot slower. Reasonably so. I don't think that's a bad thing. But I think it was a smart idea to make, like, the first chapter, the prologue, essentially, R1. I always go R1 and R2 confused. Which is probably going to kill me at some point. So, yeah, we got a little, development over there. Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, this guy looks trustworthy.
You know, definitely not a drug user.
You've been gone for 2 weeks, so the place is a mess. You do the housework, the washing, you cook the meals, and you take care of... God damn it, where the fuck's the brat gone now? Alice! Alice!
I love being a father.
That's Alice. You look after her. Homework, bath, all that crap. Got it?
Yes, Todd.
Get started down here, then you do upstairs.
Yes, Todd.
So, as we're doing some of these chores here, I'm going to give a little bit more expositing and facts. Part 2. Like, I like this, too. Like, they have this interface where you can kind of, like, look at everything in, like, a grid. Like, just... Again, this is my whole thing about, like, we've talked about before, like, stylizing something over, like, making it advanced. Like, obviously the graphics are good in this, but I think the reason they aged well is because, ultimately, they, did a lot to hide, like any like misgivings. Oh, we hear Kara's theme in the background. I love Kara's theme. It's very good. Is that like do a lot to hide or like stylistically disguise any shortcomings of the hardware, or like they hide the UI through this kind of like, you know, Android thing, like and like Malian said, like they deal with the uncanny valley by literally just embracing it and being like, oh well, it's supposed to look uncannily human because they're androids. They're not human, but they're supposed to. Oh great! If I'm gonna have to do gyroscopic controls, that's gonna get me killed at some point for sure.
Oh, definitely.
I'm gonna get
not
shot at some
decision,
point.
but because of a quick time event.
It's going to be because of a quick time event. But Maria said we had to play on experience, so we're playing on experience. I just don't. I'm gonna try and keep all three of them alive to the end. Really, I am.
We'll do our best.
We're gonna do our best.
No promises.
No promises. We're gonna try and keep them all alive till the end, though. But if you listen to the background here, hear like Kara's theme, which is arguably one of my favorite theme of the three protagonists.
Kara!
Yes, Todd?
Bring me a cold beer!
Right away.
Yes, Todd?
Like little things that normally would be like a tutorial, like they hide them with the UI of just being like, oh well, of course you have to look at this and point and process and stuff like that because you're an android. Like, just I love little things like that, and this is actually something we also talk about, like in something like Persona 5, for instance, where just the way you hide menus or just make them like visually part of the art style is I love when you do that because you can do so much to do that.
Yeah.
Or you can just not, but you know.
And that's up to you.
But I love when they like make it part of the world building. Like when every aspect of a game is working to build upon the world, build upon like the concepts, the themes, all the fun stuff. Okay, what did I have to collect any other trash? Cuz I'm still carrying a bucket, but I think I have to turn this Roomba on. Because, you know, Roombas are going to be...
Shout out to Roomba!
We have a Roomba. My dad got it.
Roombas of the future. Yeah, that Roomba is so stupid. It's like,
yeah, it gets stuck on things all the time. Okay, how do I put this trash can... Oh, I have to clean this stuff over, but... See, that's why I'm glad I have this search thing, because, like, where else is there trash? Everything looks trashy here.
What do you want from me?
Okay, there we go. I'm like, there's something I'm missing, because I should be... So I have to put the trash can down. Take out the trash. Also, when you think about it, the fact that, like, also the, like... Oh, and he's got a lot of stuff going on. Also, look at the paper. The paper is, like, holographic at this point. That's so cool. And that's the thing about this. All the, like, advancements, like, obviously there's, like, we'll get into the androids themselves later, but most of the advancements are just, like, none of them seem like unrealistic, like, technology. Mm-hmm. There are things that are just kind of in like an update to things we already have, but like, you know, there's self-driving cars, but there's also just regular cars. There's self-driving buses and stuff like that, but like, you know, there's nothing that feels like it's outside the realm of reality in like, you know, what would this be, 14 years from now? Mm-hmm. I mean, think about how much has happened in the last 4 years. I don't think it's...
That's what I'm saying.
It's like...
TikTok. Let's go.
Go hit the Roomba. Come on. There we go. Roombas are going to be in style eventually. I feel like we've had like 3 in the course of our lives.
I mean, they have been around for a while.
They are getting better steadily, but you know. And he's smoking something.
He's high as hell. He is.
Smoking something red, and look, you see Alice over there playing with the Roomba.
Alice, you better stop that right now.
Okay, Dad.
That's why sometimes I don't want to like walk around and do things too fast, because I'm like, there's so like much environmental stuff that's just happening if you just sit around and like watch it happen. I think we have to go do the laundry next.
Mayhaps.
This laundry that's been up here for 2 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, I guess since we. I mean, I believe it though.
Also, can we just think about the fact that, like, you know, this guy's clearly, like, you know, does not have, like, you know, a lot of money to go around, clearly has a drug habit, but he has the ability to buy an android. Which means, like, you know, that says something about how cheap they must be at this point.
Well, it said $3,000.
I mean, that's really not bad for
And,
somebody
you know,
that
like,
can do
considering
this.
inflation and what? I vote you kill him.
If we have the opportunity, we'll do that.
Yeah, girl, if we can, we will.
You look bored. Would you like to play a game?
Would you like to play a game?
You like playing out here?
I think we're bonding.
Rewash laundry, yes.
Also, we have the, like, washing machine out here, I think. Or is that an oven? I don't know what that is, but...
I think that's an oven. A washing machine?
It's just the washing machine's in there, I know that.
Maybe it's like an old one. Maybe it's like an outdoor washing machine.
Come on.
We gotta wash the grass.
Sometimes it doesn't always get you when I flick it.
That makes sense.
Put down. See, the ones that only go in one direction are fine, but the ones that are like flipped to the side and then up, I'm like, if they have to do that in like combat or something like that, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, really.
Sometimes it doesn't register my thing doing that.
Sooner roll check.
And we found drugs.
I love some drugs, yeah.
So you see, this is red ice, and you notice one of the components in it is therium. Keep that in mind for later.
You shouldn't mess around with my stuff. It makes me nervous.
I'm sorry, Doc.
You just stay the fuck out of my business. Unless you want to piss me off. You want to piss me off?
Maybe don't put your drugs in my laundry detergent.
Yeah, don't go say do the laundry and then like. I was putting that so I could just see the thing a little bit better.
I was trying to move it that way.
Maybe don't put stuff where it's easily found. That's an idea. But, you know, I see you as a totally reasonable human being.
They put it in the laundry.
Definitely would think about this stuff. Isn't Blue Splash like the name of the car wash down the street? Or is that just Splash?
Splash.
Okay.
Yeah. Splash. No, now it's called Whistle Car Wash.
Oh, alright. Okay, I think we did everything on the main floor, so now we're gonna go.
I've made a good start down here. I'll head upstairs.
Run with the house, burn the house down. I don't think we need to burn the house down, but we should definitely definitely run away with the child. I agree.
Let's burn the house down.
But I think burning the house down would definitely not help in our escape.
There's like mold. It'll be fine.
No, but I think that like that would not like.
Oh, if we're inside the house.
Yes.
I'd agree.
Let's run away with the child first. Burn it on the way out if we have the chance. Also think about, like, an Android developer would be so good because they could step on Legos and not have to worry about that.
That is true.
Android quarterback. Imagine that, like, in sports. Like, imagine how many different ways that, like... We'll read this sort of stuff later.
It's like they have a men's league and a women's league. They should have an Android league and a human league.
Because this stuff is very interesting world-building stuff, but we'll read that stuff, and I know that you can look at these in the menu later. So, we'll look at those later. Tidying up. I like that he's a guitar here, so, like, evidently that was, like, you know, a hobby or something. Also, I like this is such a men's room. Also, I like the idea of doing like the LEDs on their foreheads. That gives you like an idea of how they're feeling at any given time, or like processing information, or like when they feel threatened.
So gonna say that. It's such a. I love that too.
Come on, go across. Flipping channels with my mind.
My brain.
And yeah, screw unemployment. Unemployment's a mess now.
And it's still funny because this was made before the pandemic.
Yeah. So you see, CyberLife is the people who make the androids. They make the plants.
I think she's supposed to be like Katie Couric. Couric?
So they have androids as part of combat, so they don't have to waste human lives. President's spending a lot of money on combat androids.
It's like
L2. No, that's R2. L2's that one. I mean, at least this controller's really responsive. I'm just afraid I'm just totally gonna miss something at some point.
Okay.
With these motion controls and gyroscopic controls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Bed. There's Alice. Okay, and there's other thing on the countertop we could look at. It's got stuff
Is that
for
Zoloft?
Antidepressant. So he'd be depressed. And there's a gun.
And a gun. Let's go. Love some.
Unlock the dialogue option.
Suicidal ideation. That's freaking out. Why do I have flying off?
So now we're gonna clean the
Todd,
bathroom.
You suck balls.
We're gonna clean the bathroom right after he went in it, because we hate ourselves.
Luckily, they don't make us watch that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. There's not. I like how in every one of the stories you have the option of just looking at yourself in the mirror. And like just you ever do that sometimes where you just stare at yourself in the mirror and be like, is that really me? I feel like it's one of those kind of like like emerging humanity things for the androids where they're just like my reflection. Thoughts.
I am who I am.
You know, I think therefore I am type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we have anything else to do in here. Oh, we got a mop before. Where's the mop? Mop's over there.
Any rooms?
Oh, I'm pretty good.
Mop Evie! With increased fervor! Not even a Swift for you. I never know she has a headband on.
Yeah.
I never know
That's how her hair is back like that. And then like it changes later. Are you just like huffing M&M's on there?
I think my class got me like vaguely sick, but I'm trying to ignore it and it's really bothering me.
I just want to tidy up your room a little. I only need 2 minutes. Is that okay, Alice?
Get out of my freaking room! You're not my mom.
So we unlocked another thing, I guess.
Nice butt.
Alice is watching us. Also, like every time there's a major action, like the controller rumbles is cool. So, you know, typical children's stuff. You go and draw on the walls. I think, wasn't Olivia like a huge fan of that?
Seems
most likely.
Alice in Wonderland. Of course.
I also like the fact that they can just like get them with like, you know, just this very like you try and like you'll walk over the like book, but you'll like step over it. The little details are the things that always just get me in games, like when you really put thoughts into things.
I'm sure we used to be friends before I was reset. Maybe we can be friends again. Your father said you chose my name. Kara, it's nice. How did you choose it? You should tell me about yourself. What you like to do, where you like to go, your favorite foods. That would really help me.
I was just like,
You're very quiet. I hope I don't scare you.
Rah! Jump scare!
No, we get that in the other parts.
It's a battery. Here's food for you, Kara. Chomp, chomp,
That's
chomp.
not really running, you know that. So we get a key to her little box.
Inside is the batteries we'll eat.
No.
Because we're an android, we love batteries.
Yeah, and it's like, you see like the little thing, like you don't step on her stuff, like, love little things like that. Music in this game is awesome.
Random human family. Oh, it's a treasure. She loves this treasure. Of her getting beaten.
No, kids usually draw
And
with
her
like
dad in a tracksuit.
what they're trying. The kids and like draw what they're trying to deal with. He's punching me in the face, and he ripped my arm off.
Her arm! Her arm! It's kind of a big room for kids.
I mean, there's like
Nice. It's a nice room.
they got like what two bedrooms on the top floor, and then like two bathrooms. It's pretty good sized house.
What are you doing?
I'm playing.
Play. I know what you're thinking. You think your dad's a lowlife. Huh?
This is me
Fucking
renting
loser.
my stuffed animals at the end of the day.
Job, take care of his family. Don't you think I tried to make things work? But whatever I do, when someone comes along, they just fuck it all up! I know what you think of me. You hate me. You hate me, don't you? Say it! You hate me! God. What am I doing? I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know I love you, don't you?
Yeah, he is projecting hard.
Makes us rejecting hard.
Yes, very true.
It's spooky, scary.
And we complete that chapter. Even though we did a lot, we still missed stuff.
What do we miss?
I don't know. I'm trying to see the flowchart.
Boo, boo. What do we miss? Drugs?
No, we missed something in the
We
beginning,
missed
I guess.
3 things.
Something when we were cleaning the first floor.
Enraged Todd. Let's go! I didn't even remember his name was Todd.
So yeah, we got lots of. So funny thing I'm just gonna mention while we're in this screen. So Kara here is actually very special, at least in the fact that like the way Detroit Become Human became a game was originally a tech demo for PS4 at the time, and it was like a tech demo and it was just called Kara. It's about like an android being built, essentially like it was to show the high fidelity of the graphics at the time and the motion capture, how far it had come. And it's just a short. It was just a short to like a tech demo, and the whole idea is like she's an android and like they're testing out the functions, and like she has like this moment of like I thought I was alive, and then they go and we can unlock in the options later. We'll play it at some point, but so the whole point is that it was a tech demo, But then like I think it was like 4 years later or something like that, he came back to that being like a lot of people are wondering like what that world was that tech demo came from, like the world where that android came from. And so they just started developing this game to do that. And so Kara was the first confirmed protagonist. So you look at the first trailer for this game, it definitely plays it as if she's like the only main character. Clearly they obviously built other characters later on. They got other protagonists and stuff like that. But like they originally built it as like she was like the one, like as we are going to see, there are different androids they are calling deviants who are going and like gaining emotions, becoming more human. We just dealt with one in the last chapter who was, killed some people. Not great, way to come into life, but he was killing people, so we had to deal with that. I think we're switching stories again. So we're back with Marcus now. We get to see a little bit more about his life. But man, look at the lighting in this game. Like this is such a beautiful like area. It's so autumn and like. Also, can we talk about like thematic like coloring? This reminds me of like the Harry Potter movies and how they like were bright in the beginning and then they get like blue and dark later on. That's definitely how this game is, because in the beginning we have all these autumn colors and then by the end of the game it's all like dark blues and grays. Like, so we're at the place that we belong to, own, whatever. We're back home, point being. Let's look around a little bit. Gotta take care of Carl, he's our dude. Let's go look at the birdcage.
I smell them all making crack downstairs. It smells good.
So we like have
robot bird. Let's go.
Literal robot birds. There's actually like we'll see. There's an article in one of the magazines of how they're like they bring back like extinct species through like essentially android technology. So they're like taking species that are extinct and putting them like in zoos and stuff like that, or like ones that are endangered to go and be like, hey, well, we'll put them in the zoo so that people appreciate them more. So the guy we kind of work for, belong to, whatever, is an artist. So we got like lots of art stuff going around here. Got a random giraffe, which I think is kind of like foreshadowing Kara's chapter because they have like that giraffe toy, and then there's like a literal giraffe here, which is great, pretty cool. Fancy looking place around here. We're just gonna look around a little bit because we gotta go upstairs. But I was just gonna look around. Blue black skull right there, lovely. Very angsty. Look at some of this stuff later. I just want to see if there's anything I need to do here now, which I don't think there's anything I really need to do here at the moment. So let's go upstairs, go find our dude. One of the few decent human characters in the game.
No, really, he's like the only one.
Well, I mean, our other favorite guy is going to be in the next chapter, I believe.
Oh, true.
He doesn't start decent though, so like your statement stands.
Like, hey, I said what I said, girl.
Your statement still stands. Some people have to go through character growth.
Yeah.
So we got random just dinosaurs in the ceiling. Love that. Nothing says rich than, giant dinosaurs in the ceiling. So obviously this guy is wealthy.
I want a giant dinosaur in my ceiling. That's freaking dope.
Draw the curtains.
Good morning, Carl.
Good morning.
It's 10 a.m. The weather is partly cloudy, 54 degrees, 80% humidity with a strong possibility of afternoon showers.
It sounds like a good day to spend in bed.
Me. Carl is me.
I did go to pick
I also like that Carl's got a full sleeve. He's a dope old guy.
That is the difference between you and me, right, Marcus? You never forget anything.
Well, I mean, he's an artist, so.
Show me your arm, please, Carl.
No.
Carl. Thank you.
I just opened my eyes and I'm already gritting my teeth.
He thinks you don't have dentures.
Humans are such a fragile machine. They break down so quickly. All this effort to keep them going. Hey, what happened to your clothes?
Oh, it's nothing. Just some demonstrators in the street, Carl.
What a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
They think they can stop progress by roughing up a few androids? I hope they didn't harm you.
Oh, no. They just pushed me around, Carl. I'm fine.
I'm big boy. I'll be okay.
I'll take you to the bathroom now.
Time to go pee-pee. Who's gonna carry me to the pee-pee potty? What am I
This is
gonna get
actually the
my-
one thing that I think androids would be great for, is for, like, the elderly who don't have, like, any family to care
Look
for
how
them.
cool his tattoos are. That's what I'm like, yeah, I should get tattooed. I should get my whole body. I should just get sleeves everywhere, because then I can look like a super cool
But I'm like,
tattooed
I think that's
old
just
guy.
be such a good thing for, like, essentially elderly people who, like, just want companionship.
But look at the scenery, yo.
Yeah.
Like,
Total
how
artist
cool
guy.
of a design of a room is this, dude? Ugh, sorry. I had to burp.
I can, like, feel each of the steps, too, with my, like, controller that just buzzes a little
Meep,
bit.
mop, meep, mop.
Love the haptic feedback.
Anything special on the agenda today?
Yes, there's the opening of your retrospective at the Museum of Modern Art. The gallery director left 4 messages asking to confirm your attendance.
I haven't
Hella
decided
messages,
yet.
though.
We'll see about that later.
Okay.
What else?
I like how he has this little
Just
thing
your
here.
usual fan mail. I've already answered.
Any news from Rio?
No, Carl. I can call him if you like.
No. No, don't bother.
Yeah, that guy's dumb as hell.
Yeah, we'll see him later.
I hate that guy.
I'm starving.
Well, your breakfast is ready. Bacon and eggs, just the way you like them.
Thank you, Marcus.
You're welcome.
Also, we see the thing about, like, also being Carl being a decent person, and, like, again, you can tell, I think also because he's older, so he's old-fashioned, but he treats Marcus like an actual person. He's, like, thanking him for basic things. Like, as someone who also likes to take care of people, simple thank you just means so much. You know? Because then you're, like, you know, you're not asking for things, but just the knowledge of being appreciated is just, like, so nice. I just like that he has like a little smiley face crushed on his cup. That's cute. Little details, man. I love them. Makes you really think that people thought out, like, how everything went.
Thank you, Marcus. Television.
Fancy coffee.
Why don't you find something to do while I finish my breakfast?
Sure. Okay, Carl.
Oh, my butt is so flat.
We got a couple activities here we can look at. Oh, we got another magazine. Sorry, but it's flat mine.
Okay.
So they've found life on Saturn's moons, and Russia's taken over the North Pole. I like how, like, if you read all the, like, the background things, you're like, yeah, Russia and the United States are about to go to, like, World War III here. But it's like, it's not stated anywhere. It's just like, you pay attention to the news, you pay attention to the magazines. Like, you know. 6 books. Read. Piano. I'm gonna do that because I like the music in this game. It's so pretty. So we're gonna play some piano. It's an enigmatic. I wonder what that will be. This is his theme.
Something's changing the way you play. Sometimes I think you have more humanity than most humans.
This is probably accurate at this point.
One day I won't be here to take care of you anymore. You'll have to protect yourself and make your choices. Decide who you are and want to become. This world doesn't like those who are different, Marcus. Don't let anyone tell you who you should be. Let's go to the studio.
I think he just like, you know, drops the themes of the entire game right there.
No, but I just
Also, I like their relationship because I like how he just treats him like a normal person. And he's just like, man, the rest of the world sucks, but you know, you do your best, you know. He really likes the color blue in his things, that's for sure.
Well, blue is like, there's a lot of symbolism behind blue. It's very like.
Oh, well, there's also a lot of blue in this game in general.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of. I don't know too much about color theory. I used to a long time ago. But I was like, blue is a lot of good stuff.
But you know, it can also.
When do I get my giant robot arm? Huh? When's it my turn to be on a giant robot arm?
Also, it's very thematic in this game because we're going to learn a little bit later when in one of the later chapters about like, you know, the androids run on what they call blue blood, which was like the technological marvel that allowed them to essentially exist. Got a little garden here. We got some art supplies. Got a little picture of a lady there. Anything else I can clean up around here? But like, so blue's like a huge color theme thing in this game, obviously. You can kind of see it from the menu. So there's like a lot of symbolism in that too. What else can I clean up? Can we do something over here? I like this one's just like a flexing arm.
Let's freaking go. Get yoked? Get buff?
Yep.
Sorry, I have not started working on Eevee's thing yet because I'm still playing Pokemon.
It's fine, you play
it. My dailies.
I'm enjoying myself. More sketches. I like whenever you have someone doing sketches, they're either like doing like chests or they're doing like butts. That's what you see in sketches.
That's the boobs and butts of the world. I don't love the boobs and butt.
So, what's your verdict, Marcus?
Yes, there is something about it. Something I can't quite define. I guess I like it.
The truth is, I have nothing left to say anymore. Each day that goes by brings me closer to the end. I'm just an old man clinging to his brushes.
Carl.
This is actually me coming home. I'm just an old man clinging to my brushes. My little acrylic
Carl is
paint.
such a cool guy. I love Carl.
Paint? What would I... Painting what?
Anything you want. Give it a try.
Okay, let's find subject to paint. Come on. I like how it's just like photocopy.
That is a perfect copy of reality. The painting is not about replicating the world. It's about interpreting, improving on it, showing something you see.
Carl, I don't think I can do that. It's not in my program.
Go on, go. Try it. Grab that canvas.
Also, like, that is exactly what I think is so powerful about art. It's like, it's literally taking, like, your perspective of the world and putting it out there so other people can see it.
Do something for me.
I agree.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Trust me. Try to imagine something that doesn't exist, something you've never seen. Now concentrate on how it makes you feel, and let your hand drift across the canvas.
The music during this part is amazing, so I'm just not going to speak during it. Because I love this part. This, like, little theme here is so good. Let's go... So I chose Humanity and Hope for the prompt for our little thing. There's like literally like 40 different options of like paintings you can get depending on the prompts you choose.
No way.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad.
It's me, your scumbag son.
I didn't hear you come in.
Oh, I was in the neighborhood. I thought I'd stop by.
I'm also high as hell. It's Detroit,
You
baby.
all right? You don't look so good.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Hey, listen, I need some cash, Dad.
Again? What happened to the money I just gave you?
Well, it just goes, you know?
Me going to the anime store.
Yeah, you're on it again, aren't you?
No, I swear it's not that.
No, don't lie to me, Leo.
What difference does it make? I just need some cash, that's all.
Sorry. The answer's no.
What? Why?
His dad's the
You
coolest.
know why.
Yeah, I think I do know why. you'd rather take care of your plastic toy here than your own son, right?
Correct.
Tell me, Dad, what's he got that I don't?
It's not high right now.
Smarter, more obedient, not like me, right? But you know what? This thing is not your son. It's a fucking machine!
Leo, that's enough. Enough.
You don't care about anything except yourself and your goddamn paintings.
Correct again.
You never loved anyone. You never loved me, Dad.
Again, I would agree with you.
So we got 2 drug addicts in like 20 minutes.
Shout out to the drug addicts in the room tonight. Who's out there on hard drugs?
Well, you're on soft drugs.
Well, that's a problem for you to figure out.
So there's a couple things, obviously, I know we didn't get. Let's see. I'm curious to see what world stats. So, because we chose Humanity and Hope, and we got. I like the picture. It has like the like human hand and android hand like reaching after each other.
It's pretty tight, yo.
It is, and so like I like that you have like the different options. So maybe not 40, but at the very least there's like 20 some like different options for like the different paintings you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like I would love to do this chapter over and over again just to like see the different options here. And so those are the two activities we chose not to do. We got everything else though. Okay, what time are we at right now?
10:17.
Okay. So do we pause here?
It depends because I do need to go. I'm leaving tomorrow for a trip, so I do need to go pack.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on like what's the vibe. Are you exhausted?
No,
Or
I mean
are
I
you
could
ready
probably
to
play
go?
for a while more, but I'm also thinking about where we are in the story. If I'm correct, we should be going to Connor's story next, which is we'll be getting into another investigation.
Yeah, in that case, let's do that next time because I don't want to. His parts are my favorite parts of the game, and so I don't really want to rush through them because I really like them.
Yeah, in the beginning here, I mean, to be fair, and when we get to when we get further into their stories, they'll be longer parts. But like Kara and Marcus's stories in the beginning are pretty short. There's a lot of tiny little like snippets because we're trying to just getting the ball rolling for the two of them. Connor's obviously has a pretty major thing in the beginning, so we don't see him for a little bit. I'm pretty sure the next story we're switching back to Connor's story, and we're gonna see what he's up to. I think we get to meet one of our favorite characters. Like,
let's freaking go.
So we'll probably leave that for next time because we got plenty to say about him when we get to him. Like, just such a good character. But anyway, so we're gonna call it here. We'll come back to this on Tuesday, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And if we have a game like this that I'm really like looking forward to playing, then maybe I'll be more compelled to actually come and do streaming.
It's been it's just this time of the year. It's just a crazy time of the year.
So far, for those in our audience who've been watching today, what are your opinions? What do you think? So
10.
far, we've really not gone very far, and I think we're in chapter like 3 or so at this point. So we haven't gone terribly far yet. We're just kind of getting an opening introduction, kind of getting used to the world, getting to know our 3 protagonists here. We haven't had any chances to get them killed. We'll get all that in the next chapter, I'm sure. Really, I hope I'm so worried about getting the other 2 killed. I'm worried about getting quick time events. They're gonna be.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, when me and Mallory watched this, again, we've told the story before, like, the reason we wanted to play this on stream is because originally I was going to watch this as kind of like, oh, I'll do this while I'm doing my artwork, because we listen to watch plays while we're doing artwork, so I put on a playthrough of it, and, like, I was watching it, and Mallory was trying to draw next to me on our bed, and, like, we went back maybe, like, 8 minutes in, and then she just put aside her, like, sketchbook and pencils and just laid down, and we both just watched it as a movie for the rest of the night. And then for the next 3 days, whenever it was what Malin even said it, she'll attest to this.
It's like my little TV show. I'm not a big fan of watching stuff.
And she's not huge into TV shows these days. But like when she's like, literally, this is what got me through the day, got me through all the snotty children and the fights and the biting and all the other stuff.
Snotty not as in mean. It's snotty as in like.
Literal snot. Like literal snot. Not snotty. Well, it is sometimes mean, but mostly it's literal snot.
Most of the time it's literal snot.
But and then she's like, "This is what got me through the game, is knowing we could come home and keep watching this game because we would literally watch it like a TV show." So that's what we're gonna do for you guys. We're gonna play through this. We're gonna try and get the best ending we can get. We're gonna see how we do on that. No promises. We're gonna try and keep everyone alive to the end. Obviously, we're gonna try and make the best options possible. We'll see how that goes. I'm really just worried about those quick time events. That's my biggest thing I'm concerned about at the moment. But anyway, so we got a good like chunk into this. So let me see. Where's our? I don't know how we get back to the menu. Nope, that's not it. We'll just go to this. Anyway, so we had a good beginning thing here. I think we've gotten about like 10% into the game. We've gotten introduced to our main characters.
Looking forward to seeing it evolve today. Me too.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it too. We had a lot of fun watching this as a game, so it's gonna be really fun to actually play through it as the game. And honestly, depending on how it goes, this would even be a game I might want to platinum. I platinum like 1 game.
Yeah.
Ever. I think it was Ni no Kuni 2. I platinum like a singular game in my entire history of like PlayStation playing, but like we'll see how this goes. So we'll be back on Tuesday to keep playing this game. Malin will hopefully be rested up from her beach trip. And then Thursday we'll see what time brings, and we'll be playing this again. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. I'm excited to play more of this game. This is one that we've been wanting to do, play, talk about for a while. So, and as we go along, I'm obviously going to keep trying to do like a mix of between like playing and also giving facts as I can. But again, it'll depend on what's happening. Like, I'll be able to talk probably most in Kara and Marcus's stories. Connor's things are usually about, like, live or die situations, so... Which just sucks, because I have the most facts about his stories, but, Anyway, thanks for joining. Thanks for coming by. I hope you enjoyed, like, the 15-minute crochet stream we had beforehand, but, we... Glad to have our viewers. We do this for you, literally, because you chose the game tonight. So, we'll see you guys, in a little bit, then.
Bye-bye.